Hello everyone. How's everybody doing? Before I jump into the meat and broccoli of this video, let me address some of the boxing fans that are subscribed to my channel and are asking me if I'm going to make any boxing videos anymore. Look, I know Pacquiao, my favorite fighter of all time, the greatest fighter of all time by any objective measure, or the one that matters anyway, just fought, and you want to know what I think. But why? Why are you asking me what I think when I was on BDA Boxing Live and I was asked about that fight maybe 5 or 6 different times? My answer was always the same, which was that Manny Pacquiao is going to beat the brakes of Lucas Matias and knock him out. Now, isn't that what happened in the fight? It is. So why do you need to know what I thought of the fight? You really want to sit there and have me tell you that everything that I thought was going to happen happened, when I already told you not that long ago that the reason why I don't make boxing videos anymore, why I'm not inspired or interested in the sport, is because it's boring and predictable. Now, just because some of you are still stuck in that quagmire, despite the fact that I've been trying to open your eyes for the last 10 years, well, I mean, I'm sorry. But, I mean, just listen to me right now. Just talking about that damn sport makes me angry. I don't need that toxic nonsense in my life. That being said, I do have a boxing channel, and I will make some boxing film studies on there eventually. And when I do, I'll be sure to let you know. But if you want to go find it yourself and subscribe over there, it's called Fight Film and has Manny Pacquiao smoking a big fat fucking cigar in the avatar. Moving right along. So, this guy right here, Vegetable Police, just dropped a video entitled 10 Years Vegan, Still Sick, Starting to Doubt Veganism. Now, the first video that I ever saw from Vegetable Police is when he was drinking turpentine, and I talked about how, in my opinion, the man is just sick, right? I didn't really know anything about him. I just looked at him, the way he was behaving and the way he was acting. And granted, this is YouTube, it could just be an act, but to me, he just looked sick. And lo and behold, he is. He still is. And this vegan diet that's supposed to be this cure-all for all ills, that's supposed to be the best diet in the world, and everybody does amazingly on it, despite a mountain of evidence to the contrary, has not helped Vegetable Police at all, has it? Now he's considering trying the GAPS diet by branded and marketed by Dr. or Mrs. Natasha Campbell or something or other. I forget her name. Look it up if interested. Right? And vegans are in full damage control, right? Because they've been pushing this ideology that, once again, this is the best diet in the world. It's a cure-all for all ills and blah, 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 blah. So now you got all these big YouTube channels making videos, or at least one. Goji Man. I mean, we'll make a video about that guy and especially his facial features. Jesus fucking Christ. If I've ever seen a sickly person in my life, that's for damn sure one of them. Anyway, you know, these people are coming out with these solutions and telling this guy what he needs to do, what he did wrong, what he should try, blah, 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 right? Because he said that he wants to try meat because the vegan diet didn't work for him. So he's going to try something different. Because Dr. Natasha has healed exactly the kind of problem that he has by feeding people animal products and cutting out a lot of the vegetables. Right? So he's willing to try it, which has all these vegans in an uproar because, well, their ideology, as if that wasn't already plenty obvious and apparent, is bullshit, right? And there's just more and more evidence every day that it doesn't work for everybody, that there are problems with it. But because they sold you this bill of goods that says that it is good for everybody, because they've based their entire identity on veganism and they don't have anything else going for them, a lot of them anyway, right? Because that's how they make their money, especially these big YouTubers. They don't have a real job. They don't really do any real work. They just brainwash the populace, and they just cater and pander to ethical vegans. Now they're in full damage control, right? Because if it comes out and the world finally understands, especially their fan bases, if they finally understand that veganism doesn't work for everybody, and, well, quite frankly, most people, given enough time, go back to eating meat. Because it doesn't work for everybody. Because it doesn't work for most people. You just gotta do it long enough. And you'll find that out. I mean, that's the evidence that's before us. So I'm not saying anything that's not a well-known fact. Well, how well-known is, I guess, depends on how fucking brainwashed you are. But anyway, you know, these big vegan channels are now in full damage control and trying to do everything they can, or pretending anyway, to help vegetable police, right? So basically what he's saying is, I tried the vegan diet for 10 years and it didn't help me. Sounds like it made him worse, right? I tried the vegan diet for 10 years. I dedicated 10 years of my life. Does it sound familiar? And it didn't help. And what's their answer? Don't worry, dude. Try the vegan diet. Oh my God. The vegan diet didn't work for me. Oh, no, dude. Don't, dude. Try the vegan diet. That's essentially what they're saying. Now, look, if he just had some small nutrient deficiency, you could say, well, maybe you didn't eat enough carrots. Maybe the broccoli that grows in Thailand is deficient in iodine because those soils are, right? Maybe you could tweak his diet just a little bit to help him out and help out with some minor problem, little deficiency, right? That'd be one thing. But the dude is sick. Like, he's seriously ill. So it ain't like it's just a minor problem where you just tweak the diet a little bit. He tried veganism for 10 years. It ain't working. So to tell him to keep trying veganism is insane. It's the very definition of insanity, people. What are you so scared of? Vegans? Are you scared that he might try eggs, fish, maybe a little bit of red meat and get better? Is that what you're afraid of? Hey, let him try. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Let's find out. Let's keep an open mind. Yeah? Yeah? Ethical vegans? Let's be good people, ethical vegans. And let the man cure himself from the ills of veganism, right? And since all of you guys are always about the science, right? The Scientologists that you guys are, seriously, you have a serious religious devotion to scientism, not science, scientism. And if you pretend to be so pro-science and science is so important, what does science tell us? What do scientists often say? That the simplest solution is usually the correct one. So instead of suggesting some odd protocol that's likely to maybe alleviate some of his symptoms and create another problem elsewhere, instead of completely rearranging his diet and prescribing all these targeted supplements, supplementation, and all this other stuff you think he didn't already try, why not just let the man eat some meat? And if that helps, right away, as it tends to for people with exactly the gastrointestinal problems that he is experiencing, if it does help, well, then wouldn't that be the simplest, thus the correct solution? Let the man do what he will. All right? Stop being so bigoted. Stop being so close-minded. And if you're going to claim to be so ethical, try being ethical once in a while. Thank you for listening.